Two mega powers meeting here tonight.
The mega powers, brother.
The mega powers. Yeah. Mega powers, yeah.
What do you guys think of like AEW, like in general?
Well, I guess I better answer that question. Because out of the three of us here, there's only really one of us that watches AEW, with it. Yeah. Like you dabble a bit, AJ, but you don't really watch it.
I could give an answer, but I'll let you be polite.
What's it? All three shows: Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Yeah, I try and catch Ring of Honor because Ring of Honor is just basically AEW Dark nowadays, isn't it? Yeah. So, in terms of the actual product, where it is right about now, I feel they're doing some of the best things in the business, but then there's things that they really need to improve on. Really, like for instance, I like how they're bringing up and how they treat their homegrown talent or talent that have got big deal. Like for instance, like Orange Cassidy, yeah, is someone who's treated as a big star. Yeah, he's booked correctly, and it's not every time somebody from the other side comes over, they're just instantly like bigger than them or they're gonna beat them, as TNA used to do. Yeah, it's not like that. And it's gotten to a point really where the main people being pushed are all stars, yeah, that they've made and raised up. That's some of the good things. Some of the more bad things is they need to be a bit more consistent with their storytelling and where they're going. Yeah. For instance, like I shouldn't like have had to waited like 3 weeks for the whole Adam Copeland Christian storyline to come back on TV. Yeah, I feel that's unacceptable because now we've like sort of lost track of it. Yeah, and like I don't really care that much. Also, that I think they need to pattern down a bit on who their guys are, and like keep those guys consistently on those shows so I can watch them every week. It's like it's really random, but out of that randomness, like there is a whole lot of goodness because they are probably putting on the best wrestling shows you can watch on TV. Yeah, even if I'm bringing in the CML now, yeah, I like that's what they're creating is magic in terms of a pure wrestling match. In terms of the product, though, another thing they could step up is the women's division. Yeah, like you got Timeless Tony Storm. She's actually might actually have the best women's gimmick in wrestling at the moment. But I look down her like current roster of people who she's gonna fight, yeah, and it's just not all that interesting or exciting. Even you bought Indiana Prazo, yeah, and obviously I'm a TNA / Impact Wrestling guy, so I know who she is. I was watching her, but I don't feel it's translating so well to what AEW are trying to do with her. And ultimately, the fans aren't really going to end up caring that much. They're just going to want Tony to win. And I don't feel that is a good place for them to be in. But a good thing they are doing in that division is they've got a mid-card women's title. And I feel this is something WWE desperately needs, yeah. Because you've got two champions, but still, yeah, everyone else is just like, I know you're not going to win. At least when you've got that mid-card champion, you can be like, oh, wow, yeah, this person can take it. Jade obviously took it and like ran to the moon with it, so much so that she's going to be one of the biggest stars at WrestleMania this year. Yeah, so there's that. But again, the fact that someone like Julia Hart, who's an up-and-comer, can win that title and raise it, it's a good thing. But yeah, I've got on forever here. So someone else want to say something about AEW?
That's dope. Go on, AJ.
So I think like Nico would be like your ultimate AEW defender, and people will think that I'm not. Sometimes they think I'm an AEW hater. I'm not an AEW hater. Oh, I'm gonna sound like such a prick. I think I'm a Tony Khan hater. Now, here's my problem, right? I love like. I'm gonna say it. This is the line that winds Nico up, and I'm not just drawing out my boy when I say this. I've always said, if you ever ask anyone what my blood type is, it's WWF. Do you know what I mean? Because I that's how I've been wrestling. That's what brought me in. That's what it's kept me in the game. But I've fallen out with it. Don't get me wrong. Look at the t-shirt. I've been NWO. I've followed Nitro, Thunder. Man was even watching like again, here we go, old school Sky. I was watching their pay-per-views in German, rude boy. Like no one could tell me about WCW because I used to be up late watching it in German because like DSF, big up DSF for playing it for free on Sky before it went digital. I hated Sky Digital for that. Like I was like, I can't watch WCW pay-per-views. I've done that. I've had my TNA moment. So much so that, you know, AJ Styles or something, Christopher Daniels, Six Sides of Steel, like all of that has been there. And I've seen the problems that people make. Now, what has bugged me is the way that the Bucks and Kenny Omega could talk. And Tony Khan can book. Don't get me wrong. There's one thing he does that I don't like, that whole scoreboard. Your scoreboard is just, you're dead enough storylines anyway. Like people are celebrating it and they're like, oh, but that's not, like if you watch anything else, you've got a scoreboard and it works. Yeah, but you're still angling your storyline now. Instead of giving me, I know some people will be like, yeah, what, just go down the ramp in WWE and ask for a title shot. I get it. Back in the day, you had to earn it. So I get the earning point, but it's a weak storyline to be like, oh, I've won X amount of matches. I'm doing it. People were enjoying that build of how Adam Cole got to a title spot. People enjoyed, look at Swerve right now. Irrelevant of win or losses, people are like, he needs to be in the main event. So work with your stories. Wrestling is entertainment, bottom line. So that kind of bugs me. And Tony Khan, more than anything, the Bucks and Kenny have shut up. Tony Khan needs his phone taken away from him so quickly. It's unreal. Every moment. Like, do you know my thing? Again, sorry, I know you're a bit younger than us, but you saw Hogan at that time. When we were watching the Monday Night Wars, again, for us, it was a Friday night thing. We didn't care about numbers and who was winning. We were just happy for the biggest madness that was going on in wrestling. Later on, they'll show you this is that, this is that. Now AEW are going against NXT. I'm not even going to get into that whole thing of which part of the WWE NXT is. But you lost, rude boy. You lost. Now what are you saying? It's not.
Wait. Did you just say AEW lost against NXT because they did
First episode. Bear with me a minute because I know where I'm going with it.
All right.
They lost the first numbers. They lost the first numbers. And what's my man saying? Oh, you're not saying we lost on the numbers. No, we never. What about the demos? The demographics? Brother, I don't business. I want the action in the ring. F your demos, bruv. And I get it. Jericho's coming out with Demo God XYZ. Dead it. Bro, give me the action in the ring. Yeah, sadly, we have started to look at the numbers. And yeah, in the end, NXT did move to Tuesday. So in the long run, yeah, you beat the developmental show. Well done. And again, it's not me firing shots, but biggest thing was, why should I have to care about demos? Now, again, Nick would come out and tell you, but bro, that's where the money's at. In an era where everyone's watching YouTube anyway, listen, The Rock slapping Cody Rhodes in the face has done more than all 3 shows AEW put on last week. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't business. Wow. The entertainment of AEW is what I'm into. So if you shut your mouth, Tony, and don't have Punk have to punk you out in the back of your room, right? You might get some more respect from me. So the product, listen, MJF, Orange Cassidy, you lot know, Jungle Boy all day long for me. I love what Jack Perry does. I know a few people hate him. Hook, I got to work with a bit more, but I like what they're doing with their homegrown talent. But too much talk. Give me the action in the ring. That's my beef.
Can I chime in on this?
Wait,
I'm an AEW.
One second. Let me get a mic.
Go on, like, get your shit off.
Let me get a mic. Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of the shit you just said, honestly. But yeah, I think in ring wise, it's got the best storytelling in ring, AEW, for me. Like overall, like you can always rely on watching you're not going to get a storyline. You're not going to get a reasonable build. Most of it's going to be convoluted, but you put 2 people in the ring, and to their credit, because with bad booking and not really great storytelling, they make the crowd and they make the audience watching come alive with dog shit storytelling. A lot of the time.
Don't get me wrong. I was an all in, and as a man who just about knows, as you said, it helps that you said it was dog shit storylines. I loved every match. There was not a sleeper match at All In. Anytime I just don't have the time to watch your Dynamites, your Rampage. They put on good talent. They've got the stars out there. Ray Phoenix is someone I can't believe I forgot to mention in that whole list of stars. They've got the stars. They've got the wrestling, and you don't have to be WWE with the stories, but don't always put WWE in your mouth. I don't.
Yeah.
Look, they probably got Sasha Banks, but it's just. I don't mind you signing people. That's wrestling for where it is. But for me, it's just that whole every minute. Like when people talked about Jinder Mahal getting the title shot, and man's like, why should Jinder have this? But you lot are upset when Hook got a title shot. Bruv, relax. Just do your thing.
He's
ain't
the
watching
modern
you.
day Maharaja.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just allow it.
Yeah, no, I got love for Jinder. I dressed up as him once. Well, I just dressed up as me because I'm Punjabi, so but yeah, no, I hear that. And I think a lot of the storyline and the aura and the charisma comes from the actual wrestlers as individuals, from their past experience, even prior to AEW. So, like them two standing in the ring together, it's not their history of what's been built in AEW like universe. It's everything they've done in the past that has brought them both, or however many people in that ring, and that's a real like lucky thing Tony has in his back pocket to push and promote matches. I think they've missed a lot of opportunities. He's always been criticized, like, I'm going to pause this and then do that and then do, like, I'm going to finish it anyway. I'm not going to swerve a maneuver. Eddie Kingston thing broke my heart. I thought, like, there was a point where Eddie Kingston could have been the new Stone Cold of, like, our modern era. Like, there was a point we wanted him to be the badass, not give a fuck, and say whatever what was on his mind. And it was just like during the Jericho feud where it could have propelled him into, like, almost like Mount Rushmore stratosphere if he had that kind of run for 5 years. But they just said, nah, I'm going to do this instead. And then we still watch, but like Swerve's been built. But Swerve's storylines have been shit. It's just, he accidentally found like an Adam Page rivalry where we're like, actually, these two match up really well. Oh shit. And Swerve has just kicked up a great promo. Oh shit! And now they've had 3 matches, and then they almost like drill the matches into your. Like, I've seen them fight 3 times, and yes, they're always fantastic. But like, what's next? And the TBS title, I think I disagree a little bit because I don't see it as I don't see it as a title that people. I mean, there's so many titles in AEW, people don't give a fuck about. I mean, it's such a cliche criticism, but mainly at the moment. I've found it a huge struggle to watch. I'm not that invested in the Blackpool Combat Club against Eddie Kingston. I think the Continental Classic, just to point out the scoring system, I think that was really cool for that alone.
Something like that, it makes sense. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. And but I'm not invested in the Blackpool Combat rivalry with Eddie. I think that peaked on the Classic where he beat all of them. You know what I mean? And Daniel saying, "Oh, you're nothing. You're a bum." I think if he's got a limited time to be a full timer, he can move somewhere else. In my opinion, the AEW title match doesn't make sense. It almost seems like Samoa Joe's taking a back seat. I haven't seen Dynamite. I don't know what they've done. I don't even know, like Sting and Darby Allin. I kind of don't mind the Young Bucks' angle, trying to push this EVP
I love
thing.
the Young Bucks.
Like, I don't mind their character in that, but I don't know if that's Sting's last match. The tag team champions against the Young Bucks, it just doesn't do it for me. I would have liked Darby to turn around to Sting and say, "Let me be your last match." You know what I mean? I would have been like, "Whoa!" You know what I mean?
That's what I was actually expecting. I think that's what a lot of people was actually expecting. But the reality is that Sting cannot work a full match by himself. Yeah, to a degree that he probably, being his own biggest critic, would have liked. Yeah, so this is why they're doing it that way. I personally think the most logical thing was to be Darby versus Sting. I mean, for me, that would have been the only choice, but they're going this route. And I guess it's a thing because, Sting is probably going to retire completely undefeated and holding tag team gold as a champion. As far as going out goes, I mean, I suppose if your guy is someone like Shawn Michaels, you would have loved that for him. If your guy is someone like Undertaker, you would have loved that for him. So if your guy is someone like Sting, yeah, I guess some people might have loved it for him. Yeah, but I personally think it's a better story when, the young lion that you've been training turns around and beats him. But hey, all opinions vary, I guess.
Yeah. I'm a true wrestling fan. Yeah, I'm a true wrestling fan, and going with that is
a wrestler should never go out on that. They should always lose on the way out. Just help the newcomer coming in. It should always be that. But going with AEW, I like it. It's a wrestling show that I can actually watch because I don't need to watch anything else. I watch the match. They tell the entire story in that match. So that's how I can watch it. There's people in there like I love the Young Bucks. Yeah, Spot City, I don't care. I love it. Them versus FTR should never, ever happen again because FTR moved too slow. They should never, ever wrestle FTR ever again. Sorry, they're boring.
What?
Yes, I'm gonna say it. FTR's boring. I like FTR. Wait, no. I like FTR when they have a match, and that's the match format of like old school wrestling. Great. When they're going against spot jockeys, no, it just doesn't fit. They don't fit. I don't like any of the matches they had together. Not one of them.
I mean, it's all right. But you know, they fought DIY. That was a pretty good fucking match, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't spots, though. That was wrestling. That was wrestling.
That's DIY versus FTR. Well, the Radicals. Was it Rival versus thing, which then it was the old school wrestling versus like the headlock keeping the one guy out and stuff like that. I'm like, great, I love that. A box match that should never happen. And so I want them to go on top of the rope, dive off, do 20,000 flips, spin in the air, land, and then get straight back up to do a Stone Cold Stunner, bunks up, a rock bottom, a sweet chin music, a tombstone, and that's the start of the match. That's a box match. You just go, oh, that's what I like. Right, when it comes to them lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the FTR match is more of a slow pace match. So when them two come against each other, for me, it's dry. So I like them individually, together, no. Orange Cassidy, I love the fact that when Orange Cassidy, his style of wrestling is just keep himself cool, keep it nice. I don't want to get injured. I'm pissed off now. Time to wrestle. I love that. Like, oh my God, he's showing emotion. So with AEW, the fact that you can get into the match by just watching a match, some of the best matches I've seen since I've been watching wrestling again is AEW or actually New Japan / AEW. What's that door thing? Forbidden Door. Yeah, every single Forbidden Door I've seen has been amazing. And with that, I can come in there with blank storyline.
Yeah.
Where WWE can go, why is he pissed at him? And as usual, like an indie show. You know what it is? Yeah. I'm sorry for all your AEW fans. Love your wonderful, expensive indie show. It's an indie show. It's an indie show with money.
It's built off of indie gods. It is. The elite indie gods. There's no denying that.
Yeah, and look, I'm being a bit unfair, like a little bit unfair, because I think they called it the World's End, and I feel like I've just sort of I've been exhausted since that pay-per-view to invest in AEW, and they lost Punk. WWE content is much better at the moment. The storytelling is much better. The excitement and the possibilities is way more revitalizing than what AEW can offer me at the moment. Like, we had so many Punk angles. We got this Rock, the Bloodline feud going on at the moment. We've got so many different things happening at the same time in WWE that are quite intriguing. Where at the moment, AEW probably maybe have one or two things. And even in the main event picture, I still think it's quite convoluted with, the Samoa Joe, Swerve and...
Love the guy.
Hey, it's going to be an amazing match and Hangman Page, but I just don't understand why the fuck it's happening. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's weird? Is like the biggest thing that AEW had going on was the devil, the whole devil angle. Now, I appreciate that I wouldn't have revealed the devil or started the devil angle if I knew that my devil can't walk. Do you know what I mean? But all right, let's work with it. Like, you're doing what you're doing, shit happens. So you've got that happen. We've had the grand reveal. Now, I get MJF is out. Yes, we all know he's signed. He didn't turn up at the Rumble. I get all of this. He's out. He's doing what he's doing. But since then, what exactly has United Empire... What is it? United... What's it?
I don't know.
It's the Undisputed Kingdom.
Undisputed Kingdom. That's the
one. The t-shirts are shit, by the way. Go on. Sorry.
But what have they been doing? Because Adam Cole came out and said, right, you guys want to know what I've done? I'm doing this because I'm gonna make my man. He's practically giving you the evolution speech. This is Batista over here. He's gonna do that, and when the time is right, I'm gonna take the title. We've heard it from Triple H, but respect, wrestling recycles, so it's not a hate thing. But you've done all of that. Now you're meant to be coming out and taking all the titles. Maybe Roddy Strong's taking the Continental title, possibly. I don't know, or whichever one. Again, too many titles, too close in the name. But all of that, what is this faction? Who really, if you've just taken out the champ, you lot should be dominant as. You're going for like one of the most mid titles. Your other title, don't even start me on Ring of Honor titles being defended on AEW. I think it's the worst decision ever because the show just can't land. It just doesn't work. And now you brought back your scoring system. Where is what we should be seeing Wardlow on a domineering thing, left, right, and center to make this story relevant. Now I understand, Big Tone. You just said earlier that you're pausing the product in order to make the product like. All right, we paused Edge and Christian. We're going to do this. Now we're bringing back Edge and Christian.
Oh, no. I'm not a fan of that.
No. I said you said that. No, I didn't say you're a fan.
I think we both said that was happening. Yeah, we both said that was happening.
Like, how are you going to have the biggest storyline of your company? Like, who's the devil? Who's the devil? Oh, yeah, that's the devil. All right, yeah. Now we're going to use Roderick Strong, who's been for the longest while using a neck brace to be the biggest part of your story for us to follow. That's dead. It doesn't work. And again, I feel like hear me on this because it doesn't make sense. How was the Ring of Honor tag title more of a conversation than the AEW title because your champ was holding 2 titles and people cared more about him dropping the tag title than him even defending the world's title? It's a bit messed up. Now you're saying the same thing. Eddie Kingston, the Ring of Honor champ, is more relevant than Samoa Joe. Like, I remember thinking I've been out of touch. Now I'm hearing it. I'm like, what are you guys doing? In ring, as you said, in ring, you can sit down and be like, "Rah, this is good wrestling." But again, maybe because I've been conditioned a certain way. I'm an e-drone. But I'm a wrestling fan. Like, I love everything going on the indies at the moment. But what is going on with your product? Like, I've seen man be heel on one show on the indies. I've seen guys be heels, and then I've cheered for them as faces at another show. Maybe like the booking system over there needs like fixing because it's maybe too indie for its own good.
Do you think that? I think it's a lot to do with the alternative. WWE has just got a lot better under Triple H, and I think if they were booking the same way, possibly, when Vince was booking storytelling, I think they would have got away with being a better, like the better alternative or the hardcore alternative a bit better. But because there's better, we've got someone in front of the steering wheel who is actually listening to, diehard fans and giving people what they want and finishing storylines and long-term booking, that AEW hasn't been able to get away with all of these mistakes anymore.
Well, let me come in here, because
I could go
I just feel like, yes, AEW has a lot of problems. It's not perfect, but again, WWE is not perfect as well, and it's got a lot of issues still. Like, other than the main event, and maybe some of the upper mid card, how much do you really care about the roster? And how many people are they building up to be someone that can follow one, other than for the main event? And the ones that they do have, let me tell you why that's so exciting. And it's not just Triple H's booking, I do like Triple H as a booker. Yeah, some people think he's lost his way and he's overrated and all that. I like him as a booker, innit? But
the group,
three letters, are the reason why WWE is so exciting right now, and those are AEW. Half of the people coming in, are from AEW. They built up their steam, they built up their energy from AEW. The version of Cody we have, where's that from? AEW. Jade Cargill, would everyone know or care who she is without AEW? CM Punk being exciting, CM Punk would have got cheered no matter him coming back and everything. But it's so much more exciting after he's been on AEW TV and then he makes a surprise appearance at Survivor Series and the hardcore marks all know what's happened, did it? That's even more exciting, And then, like, when you got these people coming in, these crossovers and everything, it just means, innit, that everyone has to step up from both sides. So I would say AEW needs WWE, WWE needs AEW. It's very exciting and it's great moments when someone crosses over, when the streams are crossed, For example, it was great watching Edge become Adam Copeland, coming in AEW. It's absolutely banging to see Jade Cargill make her debut at Royal Rumble, man. And like, long live both companies. Yeah. You both have like elements that you need to fix up. Yeah. But at the same time, wrestling as a whole is better for both companies.
Oh, listen.
I'm
just gonna say it very quick. There was a lot of positives. It was just
there's a lot of negative as well.
There was a lot more negative than positive, bro.
The question,
there was a lot more negative. I can't wait till Nico fight. Sunday's gonna be fun.
He knows this is why
Sunday's
he calls
gonna
me
be
WWE
fun.
Mark. Like I can say, like the thing is, people say WWE is a moments company. Now, if we're gonna say that there are these great matches, AEW, for better or worse, if you don't have that long form storytelling, you're a moments company too, just in a different way. But please don't get me wrong. Am I a fan of, and I know this is going to be sacrilege to all of you, am I a fan of Dean Ambrose over John Moxley? Yeah. Do I think Jericho's mouth has got too big since he got to that company? Yeah. However, the talent, the homegrown talent that they have is second to none. I feel that they are the future of wrestling when it comes to it. Where if you want me to point to WWE and say who's the future, short of Jey Uso, who's on his way out, like age-wise, not in anything else, age-wise is there. Who can we really say, oh, yeah. Now, I know there's a couple of guys on NXT. You got Carmelo and Trick, maybe, and Braun. That's it. Whereas when you look at an AEW, like, let's be honest, it goes more than just the four pillars. Every week, there's a fresh something. Again, sorry, I'm going to pee you off because Eddie Kingston hasn't really worked for me. It's something about the gimmick that just doesn't work. But take that aside, the tournament is its thing. I appreciate what it is, and there are names in there. There are certain names that I'm like, oh man, like take your Miros, your Malachi Blacks, and your Andrades. We were like, oh, the ball was dropped with them. It's gonna happen over here. It didn't. Keith Lee, listen. The oldest Hogwarts student in history is another story. I'm just gonna leave him where he's at. But AEW do their thing. They do their thing. And I'm never going to, it sounds like a lot of hate. They have banging wrestling. The fact that Tony Khan has opened the forbidden door and given us the likes of matches where Will Ospreay can be on a mainstay, where Zack Sabre Jr. is having classics and stuff like that. And it's sad to say that it's only against others. Listen, Christian, I loved Christian WWE. Christian Cage and the patriarchy is some of the fact that everyone goes, how's everyone's father's doing? Like that is some of the biggest bitch work you can ever do, and he's owning it. Do you know what I mean? And with all of that, I love it and respect what they're about, and I like to see that guys like Orange Cassidy. When I was like, who the hell is this? When they've done all the first All In, have leveled up, bro. They're doing it, and I will give WWE their trash as well as their praises later on, but. I just had to defend why people think I'm a hater, but no, AEW's doing their. Look, they could do a Dynamite in the UK. I will buy a ticket.
Well, do I sound like a hater? Because I was trying to be
more balanced.
Somewhat
I think it's balanced. I think you've shown it, but for your love of it, you've kind of realized and acknowledged, which I respect from any wrestling fan from any show. You've also highlighted what their errors are, and that's true judgment.
That's cool. That's the sort of because that's where I'm trying to steer the conversation because I mean, Scandu's knows in the group, like the minute Drew McIntyre was whipping out a sword saying, oh, this stabbed the Loch Ness Monster, I said, I'm switching the fuck off my team. You know what I mean? The fuck is this shit? But just on Big Tone's point, yeah, I just wanted to say regarding the big stars like CM Punk, Cody, and Jay Cargill coming. I do believe that has definitely taken it up like two or three notches, but we can't forget that obviously the Bloodline story has been carrying a lot of the weight in WWE, but the Gunther Sheamus feud and Sheamus's sort of like representation was brilliant in the time before Cody, Punk, and Cargill. Sami Zayn's storyline might have been one of my favorite moments in wrestling history that I've ever experienced. Jay's presentation and build. Even everyone forgets Bayley's run in the pandemic, as the tag team champions with Sasha Banks. Of course, then the tech doesn't forget that. But there has been good in WWE building prior to the AEW sort of involvement coming in. But I do understand the sort of way it's taken it up, how AEW has complemented the other, and a lot of the storytelling and a lot of them listening to the fans has been because AEW has built this ethos on that. And when it comes to homegrown talent, I forgot which one of you talked about homegrown talent.
Both of us.
Yeah. I don't think AEW grew them, man. You get me? They grew on the indies. They were all over the different circuits. Their names that were known. They've come. AEW was like a central hub for all of these wonderful unsung outlaws of the wrestling community to come here for the fans who've always wanted to watch them in one place. Be like, there they are. But they cannot take credit for developing them. Them lot came ready. Do you know what I mean? They're like,
yes and no, because again, yes, their characters are built and established. AEW can't take credit for actually making Orange Cassidy's gimmick. They can't, but they can take credit for introducing the world to him and building him up. So one day, if he ever does decide to go to WWE, if you ever see his ass sitting in the NXT audience, everyone is gonna like mark out, because of what he's done on Tony Khan's show, And again, like I'm not saying that by no means would I ever say that the good things of WWE are because of AEW. My point is more that the people coming in, there's much more excitement and intrigue about them because they've been on AEW, and it's vice versa. If Edge had like basically like been like say languishing on WWE TV, it wouldn't be as exciting for him to just turn up in it and do his thing like he did on AEW, man. It's iron sharpens iron. We need both sides, and we need an option for each one to like bounce back and forth, man. Like there's always been good and there's always been bad on every wrestling product, We can spend forever, like, especially as the Smart Mark fans, we can pick apart every little piece and everything. But I try to accentuate the positive, but I do acknowledge the negative. You have to.
Cool.
So I
feel like you're dying to ask.
I get this. What was the biggest wrestling point when wrestling was the hottest? When it was WWE and WCW. Everyone always jam. My voice is fucking. It's gone. Give me a second, y'all.
Don't give us a rum. Yeah.
Right. Wait to come drinking. Anyway, when everyone's going on about the wrestling war, the Monday Night Wars, there was no wars. It was a war of which one did you watch live and which one did you tape? So I was watching WCW live and I was recording Raw. Then I watched Raw like almost right after, and then went to school. My eyes looked like it's bleeding. So I did that every Monday. I was the one with the Sky. I had cable and Sky. I don't know, it's a bit stupid, but in my room was cable and my family had Sky. I had to pay for it myself. But we had that, so I ended up watching TNT. So I watched what's it called again?
Nitro.
WCW, and then what happened when WWE bought WCW? A lot of people just faded away because we're just watching one product. There's no chance of seeing someone turn up on another show. It just became stagnant at that point, and it grew for a little bit, but then it just died because. So now we have AEW. When AEW came around, you got a lot of people coming back in because they're seeing like, oh my God, this is like old school type of wrestling. And then, have you seen this thing with the guy with the bloodline? He's The Rock's cousin. You should watch it. He's really good. And then people start watching that. And then people watching WWE and going, oh, this is more storyline based. Oh, this is more wrestling based. But you can watch both of them. And then you see, we're just talking about two companies. There's also like New Japan and all that. TNA has come back with TNA. It's no longer Impact again. There's there's the Ring of Honor, which is the ECW of the time. So you have ECW, which is Ring of Honor. You have WCW. I'm sorry, WCW in 2000. That's AEW. I know that sounds messed up because WCW wasn't doing good, but it wasn't doing good numbers compared to WWE, and that's all it is right now. I want AEW to do better, so WWE have to do better than that. So AEW have to do better. And who's the only ones that's winning from this?
Us.
It's not just us. The wrestlers win as well. Because if you only got one show, the wrestler ain't got nowhere to go. They have to do. Vince say, you're going out there as a big baby. You have to go out as a big baby. Because if you're not, you're going on to no other show. I'm talking about Big Show. it happened to him. He has to do what he has to do because he has to get paid. And he had a crazy man tell him what to do. So he had to do whatever the man tell him.
Fair.
Now, if someone tell you that and go, you know what, I don't look right now. Drew is doing some of the best work he's done for a long while. He hasn't re-signed with WWE yet. Do you know why they're pushing him so hard? They were scared as well. Actually, let's go back for that. They were scared if they don't give him something, he could just go off to a product and make some money somewhere else, some good money somewhere else. So that they can't just be stupid to people. They have to be really cool. Right now, going on with the Bloodline and the Cody Rhodes thing, they made up their mind. We need to save WrestleMania. We're gonna put the Rock in there. The crowd turned. It was 2 weeks, actually a week and a half, and they went, "Oh, you don't like that?" And pretend that speech on SmackDown didn't happen. Just went, let's move. This is what we planned all along. We all know as smart fans, we know it's just a tape turn. But why are people pissed off and stuff like that? Like, why are they changing their minds? Because they're being nice to you. They're giving you what you want. Shut up and take it. AEW does the same thing as well. They do the thing where they do something stupid and you look at it and go, that's dumb, but they change it because of you lot. Shut up and take it. Right? Just watch it, entertain it. If any of you've ever taken a bump in the ring before, take one bump, feel that pain them lot putting them through, and just say, shit. Yeah, I don't care. Entertain me. If I don't like that, I'll watch that. If I don't like that, I'll watch that. More is never worse. So I like AEW for the fact that I don't have to watch daily shows. I can go in today and watch a wrestling match right now. I know everything I need to know. And by the way, AJ, you are hating. That was pure hate speech right there. I'm gonna call Trump and let him write his next speech.
Bro, listen. I've said it on
get you to write
show.
Trump's next speech, bro. I'm like, God damn, I never knew you hated AEW that much. I can't wait for Sunday. I'm gonna show Nico this step back.
He's trolling because he wants to see the real matchup. Number 3 versus the one AJ.
Before we go any further, Scans, what is your thoughts on AEW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scandu says instead of watching.
I hate it.
I'm just observing, man. I'm observing. I'm soaking it in. You lot are definitely saying a lot of points that I agree with as well, man. AEW as a product, man. To me, and this is probably a controversial take, but I feel like AEW peaked. Like I think it was that moment where we had back-to-back debuts of Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole, and at that moment in time, AEW was the conversation. Like they were put like every Dynamite was like can't miss TV. Nowadays I'm like, if I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. Again, like was mentioned earlier, man, it's just an alternative. AEW, if you want to see someone get pile drived on their head, watch AEW. You want to see John Moxley bleed over half the roster, watch AEW.
From a clothesline.
Yeah, from a close. You know what I mean? You just walk into the ring like it's busted open. What happened? Cut to commercial. It's one of those things. Yeah, man. As long as they try, because they realize they can't out WWE. Like they've got that on lock. They might as well just brag about the things that they can do. They've sold out Wembley. WWE can't do that. Okay, that's your angle. But saying that, man, I think they're in a tricky situation right now. They are starting to look like an indie, like an indie with a lot of money. And part of me wants to kind of see TNA step up and really be actual competition for AEW, man. I want to see the war between TNA and AEW. I want to see how that goes, because to me, either like this is my theory. I feel like all the people that recently got sacked by WWE, in their contract it said you can't go to AEW. That's why they've all turned up in TNA. Because I think there's an agreement between WWE and TNA which they ain't mentioned yet. And I think they're trying to build TNA to go to war with AEW. That's my theory.
Can I jump in on that? Now, I went to Impact and I had lost so much love. Like when it was on the wrestling channel, I was TNA every day. Never been to any of their shows. Went to Impact and Turning Point was one of the best shows I've been to. Like I could get into the whole experience, but it's not that. You look at a TNA now. One, people are talking TNA because the name is back. But on top of everything else, who's at the top of their card? Right, everyone's pausing. Like you may know, but you don't know. Now you start to talk about what's happening in AEW. You got first of all, you don't even know if you're going to be Ring of Honor or AEW, and I'm not hating on that. But you've got your Samoa Joes, you've got your Eddie Kingston, you've got your Kenny Omega, Jericho, Ospreay's there now. Takeshita, maybe if they choose to push him. MJF, Orange Cassidy is in limbo. Like, you've got all of that just there. Whereas maybe, for the better or worse, you've got Moose, Alex Shelley, and Josh Alexander. Now, if you're Dolph Ziggler, you don't have to compete against any of those. You're at the top already. Now, I know that's what made TNA a problem straight away. You're Ali. Ali, who everyone was like, yeah, should be that guy. And then it didn't happen, and he crashed, and he turned up on NXT and was like, yeah, we're going to see NXT Ali. No, it didn't happen. He's going to go there. You know he's either going to storm it as X Division champ, or he's going to be TNA World Champ. Like, it's written. There's less competition. The money may not be as good. I choose my words because I've not spoken on this on air, but I'm going to do it here. I don't necessarily agree with losing Scott D'Amore, but Anthem have made their choices. I said thank you, Scott, too many times, and I like the turnaround. But let's see what Anthem's done. We've not seen anything in a post Scott D'Amore world, but I think that's the thing. It's nice to see Jordan Grace turn up at the Rumble, and I'd like to see more of that. And maybe that's the first of a WWE Forbidden Door since they've done what they used to do in New Japan many years ago. Tony Khan was not the first people, but yeah, that I think is why I personally, if I was a wrestler, I would go TNA. Look at Trinity. She left. Her whole Impact run is undefeated. When it turned to TNA, yeah, then she lost, but we all know why she lost. Like, you could be a way bigger star than if you run off to AEW. Personally,
TNA is more established, man. Their pay-per-views are more established. You know, Slammiversary is like their Mania. You know, you couldn't really tell the AEW pay-per-views apart at this point, and they've been around 5 years. You know, what is AEW's Mania?
All in London is AEW's Mania.
But I mean, generally,
is that AEW's Mania,
no,
or is that our Mania?
Yeah,
I would say
it's
UK fans.
AEW's Mania.
AEW All In. It's the one that the first one they did.
It's supposed to be Double or Nothing. That is technically supposed to be their Mania. Apparently,
and that's the one they did to get 1,000. They could have said that. No, they could have said that 100. Was it a 10,000 seat arena or 100,000 seat arena? That was the thing they got told, and then that's what they did in Vegas, and they sold it out within whatever time they made, and then that's what got them. Yeah, 10,000 seat arena. They got told they could never do it. They did it, and then Tony Khan stepped in with his money, and then AEW was created. So, as I said, I know the back and forth. I don't. Oh yeah, by the way, just want to impact this. I work for two of the companies that we're talking about. Well, I worked for two of the companies we keep talking about, TNA and WWE. I worked with them for a little bit, so I know a bit more in the back side of things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to ask that question now. I'm not asking that question. Go on. Scandu's help.
So you got some of that inside info that we might need to hear right now. So how are you so far behind in the predictions if you've got that inside info?
Because Vince is not in charge anymore. I ain't gonna lie, because Vince is not in charge. I know Vince through and through what he's gonna do. He's gonna right now. If Vince was in charge, it'd be Rock versus Roman, and you lot shut your mouth and take what you're getting. Right?
It'd have been a triple threat. It'd have changed it to triple threat. I guarantee you.
Nope. It would have been Rock versus Roman, and then they would have gone. You go again for the little belt. You're too small anyway. Who cares about you? Something called about Rhodes. It would never. Hold
on. What happened with Daniel Bryan? Hold on. What happened with Daniel Bryan in Evolution? Daniel Bryan was not meant to be in that main event. The fans
wasn't
made
this
him
short.
It
wasn't this short of a build. With Daniel Bryan, it was like a good 4 months. This is too close to Mania. Right now, plans have been written. That's what's going on. Shut up and take what you're getting. Bryan was before Royal Rumble. It was big, like it was.
Yeah, but Cody.
It's as he lost the Rumble. It's as he lost the Rumble, and they saw the backlash. That's why.
It's organically
it wasn't
scenario.
It was before that. No, it was before then, y'all. It was like Bryan was being built from the year before when he had an 18-second match with thing.
The same with Cody. He lost to Roman and everyone. Wow.
No one gives a shit about something. Cody Rhodes was. He used to finish the story. I asked Jesus the question all the time. Finish the story. Then what? The story's done. Go away.
Can you make another
Right?
story?
Is that what they're gonna
It's
do?
simple as that.
No.
That's how wrestling works.
Right?
Is
He's
that-
not gonna win, by the way. Roman's
hold on.
winning. Roman's winning
not
at
winning.
Mania, and it's going to September. It's going to September. So
not
Roman can
happening.
get rid of Hogan's thing. I
Stop
know
this
it's gonna
man
hurt your
from
feelings.
talking.
You're gonna cry because I want Gunter to keep the IC belt all the way till September.
But you're not
And then
watching. We have to watch
and
this
then I want-
shit. I don't know about
Exactly. Enjoy Roman showing up on your show once every month. But don't worry, now you have The Rock showing up once every other month, so you can rotate. You know what I'm saying? You can rotate the two people.
It's not. We're not getting highlights on an Instagram feed. I'm sure it's very entertaining with a 15-minute snippet. Yeah, but we have to watch 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and 3-hour pay-per-views or whatever you call them, PLEs or whatever. Yeah, that is a whole different thing to watch this Aquaman with the title hold it above his head for another fucking year. I'm not doing that. I'm slapping somebody.
Y'all think is that the end of the Samoan line? There's a more Samoans to come out. It's not just Solo. There's a next person coming out to help him.
Any Samoan but Roman right now. I'm done, man. I'm tired.
Watch another one's coming out. Remember, Jimmy and Jay's got a little brother. He's coming out to help. He's joining the bloodline. You know what? Naomi's gonna come out. Naomi's gonna cost cost the match.
To be fair,
Naomi's part.
If Naomi does run down, expect Brandy Rhodes to be right behind her.
That'd be sick. That's cool. You know what the biggest misfire on the bloodline really was? And I think I was telling Scandus this. They never fucking fought any factions. They never fought Gunther and Imperium. They never fought Judgment Day. They never had a solid fucking feud against another group that said, nah, bun you lot are dead. They always sort of like, it was Roman in the main event and then everyone sort of helped, but there was never like a faction war. And I know that's very big in AEW, but do you think that was a missed opportunity? That's actually a question for anyone who wants to go.
So, funny enough, I just don't think any faction had the strength in WWE to match it. They could have built one. Imperium's there.
New Day? They never did a New Day. Hurt Business.
But they were crushing them, man. They took out New Day for the tag title.
Hurt Business was the real
Hurt Business should have been that until they moved them. Once upon a time, like my ideal feud that I think would have been banging. If I had a time machine, an ideal feud would have been the Bloodline versus the Hart Foundation. Like two teams who have absolutely dominated, but we could obviously never get that. Hurt Business should have been the one. That was the first, like, I've watched wrestling forever. Hurt Business was the first time I ever bought a wrestling t-shirt off WWE.com. I was that invested in their thing. And the minute they broke them up and then tried to bring them back, and now we've got, I don't know.
Hurt Business.
The pride is the new Hurt Business. How dare you? And then everything that WWE's done with the Hurt Business has been an absolute flop. And that's the problem. They never built anyone strong enough. What you should have had is either Imperium or Hurt Business building just as strong. And by the time it comes to Survivor Series, that same stare down that we had, and maybe it's because Roman got COVID, and then it ended up that Brock ended up beating Bobby Lashley, and then, you know, it sped stuff up. Because maybe that was their build, and they just went another way. Because that would have been something, you know, but no one, as much Judgment Day were a sleeper group. Like, do you remember they were Edge's rejects? Yeah. I never thought I'd say the words. Dominic Mysterio is what made the Judgment Day cool, but it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But as much as they've built, it became the Dominic and Mummy show versus like Acknowledge Me. Like, I don't think you could have ever convinced me, honestly, that Finn Balor was going to step up to Roman with his squad and come out on top.
You may have with Damien. You may have with Damien. That's a little bit. Planting the seeds for Damien to grow into someone who could fuck up Roman. But
they should have presented him as leader though. But they've always had Finn as that leader in it, and then now they're showing him as leader.
Finn is the worst in the Judgment Day. I just don't understand his character at all. He's the most blandest.
But
yeah, JD came in later.
That man's got a big head. Yo, I see him. His head is huge, man. How is he standing up? He looks like one of those pop-up things that's meant to just bubble on top of your car. And I thought I had a head on me. Damn.
Wow. Man.
Yo, no, I saw it the other day. I remember I messaged in the group that I watched SmackDown. Was it? I watched SmackDown for the first time. I watched the entire show. and it's the first time I watched an entire show for quite some time, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't be watching. What is up with that guy's head? I don't know what show it was, and I can't remember. It's wrong looking. It looks like I can't because it's YouTube, so it looks like one of those people that sits on that. Yeah,
I can
Wow.
imagine.
He looks like a
Vince saying
Funko.
this
We'll go with that.
situation.
We'll go with that.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Scandalous, you had a question.
Yeah. Let me. Oh, go on.
No, I'm done. Finish your point. Then
Nah, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something simple for y'all. How would y'all feel if Cody wins, but DQ?
No. Cody needs to win clean 1, 2, 3, and then he takes it into a stratosphere as a baby face like we've never seen before.
It never
That's it.
happens. It never happens. I just
It'll
let y'all
happen this
know
time.
when we always cheer for the run to go get the belt, but the second they get the belt, it's like, yay.
I
Okay.
just think he's too good of a promo, too good of a build. I mean,
He's
yeah,
John
we
Cena 2.0.
will turn on Cody eventually if it becomes bland. But you've got the rest of the year for it to be good. You can at least push it for the entirety of 2024. The 3/4 of it for Cody to have a very decent run to square up to Drew. Hopefully, Punk at one time. Punk and Cody is something I need to see. People are gassed about.
No, Punk needs to just go away.
Yeah, well, he's made of plastic
There
at the
was
moment.
that.
But hopefully, he becomes strong. I don't know. He jumps into Ra's al Ghul's. What's it called? The pit of I don't know what it is.
The Lazarus pit.
Yeah, that's it. Comes back regenerated. But the storytelling there, everyone was gassed when Cody did that promo and more Punk than CM Punk. But he did that in AEW before he left, and I caught that. I thought that's a very interesting point. I did it. I did that. That feud is the feud for me. Hopefully, when Punk comes back, and you got Randy, you might even have Sammy. Like, there's so much stuff that
There's a lot.
Yeah, you got a year left. You got a year of us cheering Cody before we start saying.
I'll tell you, the only thing that will kill Cody's like run once he gets going is if they make him too John Cena-ish in it. Yeah, in the fact that he never loses and holds that title for a long time. Honestly, WWE, you got 2 belts now. When someone loses their title, do not make them hold it for a year, or anything like that, because you need to make it a bit more intriguing. It gets boring when I watch the show and we all know who's going to win because we all know it's not one of the big pay-per-views and they're trying to get to the next milestone before someone can lose a title. Yeah. If you remember back in the Attitude Era, what made it so exciting is that people were holding that title from month to month. You could literally like go and watch someone lose at that pay-per-view, then come back at the next pay-per-view, they lose it, and then they get it back at the next pay-per-view. I'm not necessarily saying that you had to hot potato and hot shot it around. I'm just saying make it a bit more intriguing so we don't actually automatically know, oh, Cody's not going to beat him. Yeah. Let's just make it a bit more exciting. If you don't, then you're going to derail Cody's face run.
Real talk, man.
I know. Just to wind up everyone, I've said it in the group. This is no longer me just taking a piss and trying to push for Cody to lose, but he's not going to win. But I give you a scenario where he doesn't win. Senior Money in the Bank comes down and he takes the pin.
It doesn't fit on him, that title at the moment.
That's right. But no. What I'm saying is during the actual Mania match, Cody's going for the victory. He comes down to get it, and then he gets pinned by Roman, and Roman walks away again. Cody didn't get pinned.
You know what? My intrusive thoughts. I actually want that to happen. I just want to witness the ultimate trolling and booing from the crowd.
I'm not there this year.
You thought
so I don't care.
WrestleMania 39 was bad for boos, man. That will be the all-time record.
No.
I do think Damien is cashing in, but he's probably going to cash in on Seth, and Karma's going to prevail. Yeah.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting. So that almost sounds as crazy as, like, I had this theory, like when Sting retires, like in next month, that we would actually finally get Undertaker and Sting stare down at Mania.
So
God.
listen, I kind of toyed with that as well. I wondered, like,
Please don't do
it's
that.
his last AEW match. It doesn't mean it's the end of Sting. The problem is, as much as we are talking, I mean, look, we talked about the fact that it's a tag match because Sting can't go. Undertaker has categorically said, "I don't know what I can do," and I feel like they should have that moment to give it to the fans. Vince is gone. Triple H is there, so it is the door is somewhat more open. And let's be honest, money talks, and that would be a money moment for Sting.
I'm okay with a promo.
Yeah, it's just weird. But here's the weird thing: like the only time Undertaker has put on the Undertaker suit now, it was for Saudi Arabian money. Like, let's be honest, when it was NXT, when it was passing the torch to Bray Wyatt, he came out as the biker. Somehow Saudi Arabia have asked the Undertaker to do a football thing, and man has put on everything again. So I'm not too sure what would happen. I would love to see it, and I think it was a missed mark that it didn't happen. Will they do it now, and what effect will it have in an era where I think it would have people talking of, one more match to each of them, and it would just be that, it's like that moment when Triple H and The Rock were talking one time when The Rock came back before and it looked like they were going to have that Mania moment. And Stephanie's like, "Stop it, let's go to dinner," or what have you. And everyone's like, will we see that one more time? Maybe that's all we need. And it's just it was going to happen, but they didn't because X, Y, Z. And I think maybe the stare down's all we need. You might be right. You might be right.
That's my theory, man.
see.
So you're saying then?
Undertaker is a MKV man. I mean, through and through. He's a Vincent man, VKM man through and through. He's not there. Taker's not there. Just like Brock's not there.
Okay. But no. Brock is not there for a very different reason. Let's
Brock
Cain Velasquez was listen. Cain Velasquez was also a UFC champion. We don't know who she's talking about.
Yeah. Look, okay, we don't know, but I don't think we should speculate, and I don't think.
Let's move on from there before we. Yeah.
I'm just saying the 40 years of Mania had someone on the poster, and Triple H has been pushed up slightly, and someone's not there. So I'm just saying. Have you guys realized that Den Now Forever has LA Knight and not someone else? I'm not saying here comes the accusation.
We all know that. We're not going to talk about it. I brought it up. My apologies.
Right. Cool.
Okay. So moving swiftly on. So we've established in this conversation that we're more or less living in the golden era of wrestling right now. I think a fun little note for us to round this up on would be to officially, because I know Ministry of Wrestling like to do their predictions. So officially, I think we should try and predict the card for WrestleMania 40 and where we think these storylines are going to go and wrap it up all nicely, man. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, do it.
Big turn
I was thinking about this the other day anyway, so might as well go for it. How do you want us to do it? Like match by match, or is just what we think is going to be night one? What's going to be night two?
Yeah, exactly like that.
All right, so I'll do as much as I can think of right about now.
Yeah,
obviously we know Bailey and EO that's happening. Yeah, I reckon Gunther is actually going to be taking on Badass Bron Breakker. I think that's a shoe-in, and if that happens, Bron should win. Yeah, what you talk about Gunther holding the IC title when they go to Germany, he doesn't need it. What he needs to do is win the World Heavyweight Championship when he goes to Germany, innit? Yeah, so that he's had it long enough, he can drop. Yeah. As far as the one that throws me though is the tag team titles, man. I'm not sure who's gonna be challenging for those, man. But I reckon if it happens, it's gonna be a superstar team. Obviously, I reckon Jimmy and Jay, that's got to be a thing. Yeah, they've wanted to do this forever, and I guess that's the perfect little end to their wrap up and everything. If I was a betting man and if I was trying to put money on it, I would definitely have Jade Cargill versus Bianca. I think that's like a money match right there. Yeah. I'm thinking the more it goes on, the more it looks like it's not going to happen. But I've been thinking for the longest time, LA Knight was going to hold gold at WrestleMania, and that gold be US title.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a fiction post, but today I think I saw something where Logan Paul said, "I will pay any influencer $10,000 if they can beat me for a title." And LA Knight replied, "Define influencer."
Oh,
so you may get it.
But there you go. I've been saying for the longest time that LA Knight is going to be taking that US title off Logan Paul. I think that's where we're going with that, and it's the logical choice. There's
So
also going to be.
So you
Sorry,
think
sorry.
do you think they could clash inside the chamber then? LA
Yeah,
Knight.
I feel like literally that is going to be some of the feuds that get made. We're going to see why they happen in the chamber. But speaking of the chamber and speaking of the winner, yeah, this is where we get into the interesting parts in it. What they're going to do with the main events. Yeah, I feel that Drew has been too good to ignore what he's got to do. I feel night one they're probably going to end up doing the tag team match, Cody and Seth taking on Rock and Roman. So the Rock is on the show. Yeah. Night two main event's already been announced. It's Roman versus Cody. Yeah, I do think Cody's gonna win. Yeah. Maybe not, but we'll see. Yeah. So also Seth needs to defend his title as well, and that's more than likely gonna be against Drew McIntyre, where he's probably gonna lose that title, man. So yeah, there's that. I also think there's gonna be a bunch of 100 like multi-man matches, so people get on the card. They're gonna do one in it for the men. They're gonna do one for the women. Probably a tag team bonanza or something silly like that. Yeah, just to show as much people on the show as they can. Now, I don't know if I missed out anything, so I hand the reins over to someone else.
All right, AJ, what's your take, man?
Cool. I actually think Bailey's going to be main event of night one. I think she deserves it. I would love to see that. Becky will take on Rhea, and I'm hoping she doesn't. I want like a four horseman woman moment, but I don't think it's going to happen. So like the Benoit and Eddie type thing, both of them with a title would be one thing, but maybe it can still happen. When it comes to the tag titles, that's why I deviate from you, Big Toe. You want Jade versus Bianca. I want Jade and Bianca to go after the Kabuki Warriors and take that tag gold. Jade's not lost at Mania. Let's make that go somewhere else. Let's see them go and take that gold. I think that would be a wicked moment for Mania. Look, we've got Roman, Cody. Actually, Jimmy versus Jay for sure. I also see it, and I think this is what they need because the bloodline has kind of looked a bit weaker without Jay. I think we're going to get Jimmy versus Jay, but after that match, they're going to hug it out, and it makes it look like the bloodline's in more of a full effect, or that moment, or you see them talk, and maybe Jay ends up costing Cody later on. But the only problem I have with Cody losing is it's rinse and repeat. We've seen it twice. They shouldn't have. My biggest thing is Cody shouldn't have won the Rumble last year. That's the biggest problem because now you could have moved into something else. And even if he didn't win it, there's other ways to go about it. But that one, I want Roman to go further, but I feel that they've booked them. So the way things have gone, they've booked it now because you've lost power in Rock versus Roman now because they're like, they've given it the Predator handshake as opposed to like each man fighting for head of the table. I feel Cody has to win now. It's lost the steam that it previously had. So I think Cody's going to win. Bailey's going to win. Hopefully, Jade and Bianca are your tag champs. I don't know who the tag titles go to. Logan Paul, if he's not in a US title match, it's either Jake or KSI versus him and Sammy and KO. I think that's going to be another moment. I don't know about Gunther. Gunther's going to do something. I want Sheamus to beat him. I want Sheamus to just step back up and beat him for that title because Sheamus needs to walk on now. And that's all I can picture in terms of a card.
Cool. What have you got then?
Barely anything. Barely anything. I'm the guy that they tell me what I'm gonna watch and I go, really? All right, cool. Except for one thing. Bailey's gonna open the show, not actually close the show. Because she's gonna open the show where you're gonna hear that dang, dang, ain't no stopping us now, and everyone's gonna go nuts because you're gonna hear her old theme. She's gonna come out and you're gonna see the waving flavor tube man, and everyone's gonna go nuts. So you're gonna see old Bailey come out.
Would you like that as a closing to Mania 1?
It won't be a closing. I'm sorry.
If she came out to her heel music, but when she won the title and it just all those things are back up.
100%
bro. They are. She's not on a poster. She's nowhere. That's the first match that was announced and no one's talked about it. I'm the only one going on about it. Even in our group, no one's chatting about it. So
the
the thing was this: they were pushing to get what's the name again? Belair, not Belair. Sasha. They were thinking they're gonna get Sasha, and then when Bailey gets broken up, Sasha could come out and help her, and then the two friends are back. But they didn't get Sasha, so they go right. Thanks, Bailey, for training all the women, for planning out the Royal Rumble, for doing all this work, for being one of the most entertaining wrestlers out there. But yeah, Cody, you want to finish your story now? Oh yeah, well done, Bailey. Cody, let's talk about you. So that's really what's happening right now. They're disrespecting her. I'm not a Punk fan. Fuck Punk, right? But one of the thing is, yeah, I really want to fight him. I want to have a go. I want to see if he can. I want to, big time. I truly want to.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
What is this Chinese?
he's
What the fuck is going on? He's
sorry,
calling out
no.
Punk on our podcast.
He's trained, right? He had 2 matches in the UFC. I'm also trained. Let's see if we can go. All right, but anyway, forget that. Let's talk about no, because he's a dickhead. He's a cancer. Go away. Leave wrestling. Go away, you prick. Anyway, what's it called again? Other than that, I like the fact that he was the only one saying why are they treating Punk why are they talking about Bailey? That's the only thing I see that he's saying. But for the matches, I'm sorry I can't predict it, except for the fact that I see Bailey opening the night with the music and getting the crowd live. And I see at the end of the night, it's going to be just like last year. Everyone's going to be pissed because they're going to be playing that damn final boss music. And he's going to be walking with the belt over the shoulder. And he's going to be walking up the ramp. And everyone's going to go, I'm never watching WWE again. Just to tune in on the next night on Raw to see what happens. He's taking Hogan's record. They need to scratch that guy off the books. They need to get Hogan slightly off. And right now, he's on for a record. As soon as they scratch him off, let Good to take the title. That's it. He's holding it past September. I'm so sorry. And if he loses, hey, I helped because I've been getting every single prediction wrong. So I'm making that prediction hard. I might be helping y'all.
Right. All right, man. Let me tag in Saya. What's your lineup?
Okay. Well, I'm just going to respond to the record thing first of all, yeah? Because they're not going for first, they're going for third. So no one gives a fuck. And second of all, if they really wanted to wipe Hogan off the books, which they should, he wouldn't be all over our fucking TV on the Royal Rumble being like, you gotta want it. Shut the fuck up. You know, to Hogan. And so that's why I don't think they care about breaking the record. It's not
100%.
That's my mind there. Now, there's a few things I heard here, which a few weeks ago I'd been like, yeah, I think that's all going to happen. But I'm slightly sort of wary about the Intercontinental title, and here's why. I don't know if Gunther's going to defend against Braun Breaker because technically he lost to Braun Breaker in NXT, so Gunther needs his win back. It could be a cool. Am I mistaken there? I think I'm right there. He's lost to Braun Breaker before in his NXT run. So, right, I mean, Braun could beat him twice and genuinely just literally replace Brock Lesnar and put him in that thing. And then the third time, we can keep that for a Gunther victory. But also, I think they're pushing for a Jay Intercontinental title shot match with Gunther, which I'm not on the side for. I think I'm entertained to watch it in the next couple of weeks, but let's see if it gets to Mania. But that being said, that's what I'm a bit confused about. I think it will be Gunther Braun. I would have much more preferred Gunther and Pete Dunne at WrestleMania 40. Even if Pete Dunne didn't win, but shown on like this huge underdog, extravagant match that he is actually a new character now, and Butch can suck his balls. Jimmy versus Jay. Jimmy versus Jay. I don't know if it's more epic to do Jimmy versus Jay on the same night that Roman is fighting, is defending his title. But then it might indicate Roman's losing. So I'd probably put Jimmy and Jay on the first night. I have no idea what Judgment Day are doing, but I think they're going to lose their titles in an elimination changer, and that will culminate into some sort of like destruction within the Judgment Day, which pays off at Mania. I have no idea how that looks. Drew and Seth, I think, will happen. And I don't know the result because if Damien cashes in, Seth has to win. I don't understand a healed Damien cashing in on a healed Drew, and then Drew going absolutely psychotic, and to get his revenge back on Damien too soon, then disqualifies his Damien's sort of validity as a champion as well. And it doesn't do much for the belt. So what can we do? The real thing that has to happen is Drew needs to win and Damien needs to fuck off a little bit. You
Can I
can't
be real?
Yeah.
Den's prediction then helps you. That's where he loses it. Like that's that. I think that's the best cash in he could do, because listening to what you're saying, there is no right way for him to cash in unless.
But the only thing that will ever take the title for me, with everything that Drew looks like an actual machine, he looks like a threat. Like I am. Like if you were on the roster, you would be afraid to dethrone Drew. I think him winning the title as a heel would elevate that title. I think Punk winning it would have done a great deal in terms of putting notoriety on the title. But Drew is our best bet at the moment, apart from Gunther. But and Gunther versus Seth could have happened as well. But then everyone needs to fight, right? So we got Drew versus hopefully Pete Dunne, but Braun Breaker. You got Jay versus Jimmy. You got some sort of dysfunctional match that accumulates with the Judgment Day. You've got Cody Rock as the main event. Now, it's between, I don't think Seth's main eventing. So Seth and Drew's is either going to open up. We will probably open up night 2, I think. I think Seth and Drew will open up night 2 because Seth would have fought twice because he would have fought on night 1 in the tag match. Roman would have fought twice. Cody would have fought twice. So, yeah, I think Seth can't fight on the same night, so he has to fight on the first night. Yeah, fucking hell. Booking's hard, isn't it? And, but then I think Becky and Rhea will be on the second night, but I think it's really between fucking Bailey and Bianca and Jade Cargill would happen. But the meet which I'm talking about is Bailey versus Io. What happened, Io? Sorry, I always remember that. And the tag match, right? So The Rock has already said, all right, you Cody fucking crybaby. It's fine. I get it. I signed the deal. It said I'd be in the main event against my cousin. And look, the Bloodline, it is an intriguing story, and I can't wait for it to happen next year. There has been a really amazing theory of booking where The Rock faces Seth and wins that title. Roman loses to Cody, and then The Rock is boardroom rocked champion that keeps the champion in his the title in his office, and then treats Roman the way that Roman treated Jay. And that's when we get the face turn from Roman. I'm intrigued. Maybe that's not the way we get there. I don't think that's the right way. But somehow The Rock treats Roman like Jay and then it accumulates to a Roman face turn. But yeah, I think Rock and Cody and Seth, and who's the other guy? Roman, will be fighting in the main event. And unfortunately, Bailey will suffer. I think Bailey would either open with the huge pop of the new song, the hugging song, whatever, Hug Life. And I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Man, that's intriguing, man. And I think the only thing I'd add to that really is they've got to pay off this R-Truth story, man. So I think we may get Awesome Truth back, and they might take the tag titles.
Oh yeah,
that's a
good shout.
They got to do something for the Miz, man, because the Miz hosted last year, so he's not really had a moment as a wrestler. So I think they got to do something for the Miz this year, man, and that's my prediction on that end.
Can I ask a quick question as well, Scandus? Because we want to know what you think is going to happen as well, but also to follow up. I'm a Sammy Mark. I love fucking Sami Zayn. So, but what do you think is going to happen with Sammy as well? Just to end on like your prediction, because I'm loving the story they're telling at the moment.
I think they might give him the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, man, because he kind of got his moment last year because he was a main eventer last year, isn't it? And because they've got such a big roster, they've got to shuffle it around. And I think they done Bobby Lashley dirty last year, man. So they got to give something to Bobby Lashley this year.
Big time.
let me tell you, I think Sammy is actually probably another good candidate to go against Gunther in that IC title because
Yeah.
again, he's losing. Like, what better story would be an end to that story than him dethroning the unbeatable Gunther? Yeah,
That's actually fantastic. Yeah.
another thing about the whole Damian Priest thing, like, one, it bugs me because he's lost a lot of credibility, and I don't care that WWE are brought in a stupid rule that he can't attack a champion while he's injured, even though they've done it, and then posted like a little video of them showing them doing it with Daniel Bryan versus Mark Henry. So
Yeah, but did you watch the entire video?
I
I'm the
watched
one
the
that
whole
posted
thing.
that.
He pinned him. Yeah. Oh, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
he pinned him, won the match, and then what's it called? Teddy Long came out when you can't do that. He's injured. Here's your briefcase. The belt's not yours. It wasn't a match. You can't attack someone when they're injured. So they're actually doing it again, and y'all complaining about
the old history.
They did it, and they did it again, and y'all like, oh, they never keep continuity. They can't do the same thing again. Yeah, and they did it, and y'all like, oh, but they didn't do what I want. You flipping wrestling. You know what? The Rock is right. I'm just holding it from now. You cry baby, you cry baby people. That's right. I'm turning heel on y'all right now. I'm part of that line. Screw y'all. I'm this.
But yeah, one important thing to remember about the Money in the Bank briefcase is it doesn't have to be cashed in at Mania. Yeah, it got all the way until exactly. So if I was to like where I was going with this is if I was to try and rebuild Priest's credibility, do not cash in on Seth. Do not cash in for the World Heavyweight title. Cash in on the newly crowned champion Cody after about 3-4 months of him holding that title. Make it be shocking, yeah. Make Priest hold the title. He don't have to even hold the title for long. He just has to beat Cody for that belt rather than the belt we all expect him to hold, which is the B belt.
But he's not gonna. He's only got a month after Mania, because I mean I don't know how long Money Bank is.
He's got till July. He's got till July, in it. It's the
July. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I know what wrestling in the summer.
You know what though?
He can be champion.
On the flip side, going back to that. Sorry, I know we was going to wrap, but him, if you want to legitimize him again, maybe have him cash in on Gunther after Gunther stands.
I was thinking that when he was.
Like,
I thought you were going to say Gunther. Yeah.
Like at one point, I thought he was going to cash in just before Gunther broke the record, and I thought that would have pissed everyone off. That would have really made Damien a mega heel, but they didn't do it. I don't think it's a bad thing for him, and it makes him face, which is kind of the way they think it's going to go, isn't it? Like Judgment Day is going to be like the heels and kick him out. It looks like they wanted to do that at one point. That would be a good way of doing it.
Oh,
also, talking Andre the Giant Battle Royal, picture Solo winning that, Jay losing, Roman losing to Cody, and then him kicking kicking Roman out because he was the only one who won, and he is the tribal heir, and he's like, you guys couldn't win. Boom, and that's when you bring in your Jacobs, your Zillers. Yeah. I see it. Post-Mania, Solo is kicking out Roman Reigns one way or another. I don't know.
I heard that, but it can't be because if someone looked at me in the face and said, I won the Andre the Giant Battle, I'll be like,
But Andre,
no?
But Andre was big.
I'm the one winner of Mania in this bloodline. Piss off. No, I get it. It's not the best line, but I think Solo is probably one of the best candidates for a winner.
I won my match. Yeah, you can just say I won my match.
I think he might fight Randy Orton. I mean, I think they did it before.
No, they already did it, and Randy beat him in 5 minutes. So please don't do that match.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I thought they were going to do it before they did that match, and I thought that would have been a good Mania match if they didn't fuck it up. But yeah, they did.
Let me ask you a question, innit? Yeah. One thing none of us have mentioned is any big star going to return from the past? Any legend to have a legends match? Yeah. Are we going to see like a Stone Cold turn up in it? Yeah. Or Goldberg. Someone or
Scandish
can happen this year.
Called it.
That's enough. We got the Rock.
Scandish called it.
Yeah, you got
the Rock is there. The Rock. That's it.
It's WrestleMania, man. Bring them all out. Wheel them all out. The cheers. Send out Hulk Hogan on the Simmer frame.
Oh, I got control. Think how good it was to watch the Rumble and they didn't have to bring out any celebrities. It's just actual people that to show you how good their roster is. Stick with their roster they got. I know you want the old people. It'd be someone like a celebrity, like a Snoop and someone like that. That's it. Don't bring all that. Don't bring an old wrestler out now. Do something good on the night after Mania. Do something on the Raw. Do a good Raw on the night after. Last year
Do you know
was
what?
so pathetic.
Yeah, he's not gonna overdo it, man. He's gonna, you know what he likes to do. He's probably gonna have like 6 matches on each night. You know, he's gonna pace it out throughout the year. There's some massive shows coming up later on in the year in France, in Berlin. You know, so I don't think he's gonna play with his cards at Mania. And it's, you know, he's just gonna keep everybody intrigued, and that's where I see it going, man. You know, but boy, there's a lot to digest, man. There's a lot to take on board. You know, it's looking exciting. It's exciting times, man. I don't know. Me and Si might have to jump in on your prediction table, man. Try and get some of those points. Try and challenge for that. The MOW championship. You know.
Could you imagine the ministry title in non-ministry hands? That would be a thing.
Open the forbidden door, man. Let the mega powers in.
You know what? It's something I thought about. Yeah, I might hit you guys up on that. That might be something for
we got to leave them with a cliffhanger, man. We got to leave them with the open the door for that part 2, you know. But a question that I do want to ask you guys, man, what does the future hold for the ministry, man? What's coming next? Who's going to be revealed as the higher power?
You can see the red behind me right now, you know what I'm saying? It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Son of a bitch. Yeah,
I'll tell you what's coming. Yeah. I'm gonna be the new champion, man. And I'm having this feeling that
AJ, I want you to win.
Trying to rub me. AJ's like, you know, he's sitting there rubbing his hands in it. Yeah. But again, this is a very important pay-per-view, the next one that's coming up, isn't it? Because I think that's actually probably
4 more left. There's only 4 more left.
Ain't it 3? Oh no, it's 4, isn't it? 4. Yeah, elimination chamber.
Mania's been split into 2 this year, so there's 2 split for Mania this year.
Oh, yes,
so don't think you're winning by watching one Mania. No, bro. It's 4 pay-per-views left.
Exactly.
AJ is really, really good.
Point over lead. I'm not sure I can take it, but I hope I do. Hopefully next time. I'm going to be champion.
As much as AJ talked about what's it called again, AEW, that's his strong card. He always get good with AEW, and he's always got the clean sweep on AEW. They have like 14 matches, and for some reason, this guy gets all of them right. The WWE has 4 matches, and we can't get everything right. Don't let him take it from you, bro. But I think he's going to. The 2 of you, I'm going for. Yeah, I'm going for that one. Did you hear me? Yeah, because I'm definitely going to pick. So, that's the one I'm picking to
win. Then the easiest answer you could have said is Anthony is going to walk out with the title. It doesn't matter which one. That's the easy answer. But if you want to know who's the higher power, let's be honest, then is the higher power. You've heard all the manias he went to. He's got the hush money. That's as much as I'm going to go.
Wow. I'm letting y'all win this year. I'm letting y'all win this year. All right, I'll give you what we did.
One that's handing out the NDAs, yeah?
All the other deal, you know what I'm saying? Right, one of the things we need to talk about is we need to let them done. Yeah, you got them or something. Now, what needs to happen is I want them not to go to a Mania. I've never experienced a Royal Rumble. That's all I want to go to. I want to go to a Rumble, but I would love for me to go to a Mania with my boys, to actually go somewhere good, not Florida. Hate that place. Somewhere near Vegas would be great because that's my favorite city in the world. So go to LA again so I can drive to Vegas. So I want to go to a Mania with these lot.
Hopefully it comes to London and hopefully it comes to Stratford. Yeah.
Oh, if it comes to London, I'm dead.
They literally took the words out of my mouth.
If it comes to London, them tickets are thousands, man.
Wow.
We've seen asking to finish his career in the O2.
Yeah.
We've seen it asking to finish his career in the O2 and Rock Roman not happening this year. Give me all of that at WrestleMania 41 in the O2 and we're good. I don't care who Cena takes on. My biggest, the thing that hurt me was when they bought their tickets, I wasn't available to do it. And it was because we thought we were going to see The Rock. Rock is on my Rushmore. Sadly, I never saw Taker in the ring. It happens. Rock, I need to see. That's that. And yeah, give it that. But look, when it comes to what's the future of the ministry, look out for more interviews. Like interviews are there, whether you're top stars in TNA or you're on the come up in the indie scene. That's what we're doing. The title may actually become a cross brand thing. I do like the sound of that, Scandoosh. That's a big thing. And yeah, like more collabs, man. I think collabs are fun. I just hope we haven't like killed your viewers' times. Like, no, these men normally do a show for this time. Like, wow, what's this 2.5 hour show about?
Talk it up, man.
Like,
Split it up.
yeah, but again, like when it comes to the title, I think we're in a very. If you've never seen a ministry prediction show, it's kind of like your football. Like you get a point for each thing, but then we've got like your match points. So in case of a draw, it can balance out. But what's more interesting, you guys talked about how the prediction show started off as me and Nick. Season 1, I won. Season
Don't
2
believe
got
it,
cut
didn't
short,
skip.
but then won. Season
I
3,
believe it, I
Leon
saw it.
won. Anyhow, in all of these times that it's happened, Nick has been in second place, and I'm not dogging him when I say this. Anyhow, he comes close, and Big Tone still takes the victory. That man is going to be seeking blood in season 5 of the Ministry Prediction Show. And again, the shows can be long depending on how big a card is, but it's literally all of us. We used to do it live, just like this. It used to be in a thing just like this, but then we've realized we were influencing each other's votes, and now it's pre-recorded. You see it, and it's the matches go through. There is a thing about the wrestling fan won when he heard predictions and he's dead last. It's not recorded, but that's not for me to say anything.
Yo, I don't watch the product, so I just hear if everyone's going, the winner's gonna be Jade Cargill. The Jade Cargill went, oh shit, so she's gonna win. I'm picking Jade Cargill as well. Of course, you're gonna pick what everyone else is picking. That is stupid. I always thought Natalie was gonna win. Natalie's the champion, right? Natalie Neidhart, the greatest wrestler of all time. No, it was stupid. I can't believe I had to make my picks myself and just get my. I'm in the 20s. I give you this right now. Them lot are on 40. I've got the score somewhere. It's like 53, 53, 48, 48, and then 20, like 29. I'm so low. It's ridiculous. Like, I can't. But yeah, they still haven't come up with a punishment. If WrestleMania finishes and no one telling me a punishment, I got away with it scot-free. So thank you very much.
I feel like you got
to wear a CM Punk shirt for a year. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, I'll push that shit down my crotch.
Where it is, it's down here.
Yeah, every single show I go to, I sweat a little ball sweat on that man's face around his forehead. Dickhead.
Pause.
Oh,
Pause. Yeah. Pause. I forgot. Yeah, young people. No homo. Keep it that way. Go that way. Go back old school.
That's wild, man.
But
Boy,
then, got to flip the question though. What's next for the Mega Powers TV? What can we look forward to?
Listen, man, more vlogs, more interviews, man, more content, bro. We're hoping to be at more shows like you guys. We want to definitely check out some Rev Pro, check out some more Progress. And you telling us about this wrestling company up in near where you live as well, AJ. Want to come and check them out. Then you were saying that you train. So we're definitely looking to do some wrestling.
Not wrestling. I'm what's it called again?
MMA.
I do judo and I do judo and jiu-jitsu. Not
amazing.
Wrestling. I've taken a bump once and it was inside the 6-sided ring. That those people are incredible. It flipping hurts. It hurts so much. And I took it correctly as well. And they're landing on stone. I don't care what padded it feels like. It's too tough. And I'm not running around doing that that's the intro move. You're gonna take 1,000 bumps. Forget that. They like hustle wrestling. If y'all get a chance, by the way, just promoting that show. Y'all was at the last hustle. You were there the one before. You know the atmosphere is live. You know it's crazy. You know as soon as you walk in, you don't have one match started yet, and you're sitting there going, "This is amazing." It's like £25 for front row, so it's not like big money. And last time we were front row, all the battle was right at our feet. The man went to the table right next to me. I had to move my foot before my foot got crushed. But you get the bonus when you scan the table and you get the food get brought to your table.
Yeah.
And the food is good, bro. If you can make it to a hustle, come to a hustle show. And I don't work with them. I'm not affiliated with hustle. I'm just promoting them because I like them.
Okay.
No, to be fair, I was going to say that as well because I was going to say like this collab would not have happened like for an indie show that is hustle. Like we met at a hustle show. We'll try and throw up an image of that as well. It needs to come up on the social soon. But that is it. So like thank you to Hustle for making this, and thank you to the Mega Powers for inviting the MO dub down because we appreciate this, guys.
That's amazing, man. And for the people that might not be too familiar with the MO Dub, man, what's your socials, guys? How can people find you online?
Funny you asked that. Yeah, there you are. It's there. So if you go onto Facebook or Twitter, no, Facebook or Instagram, it is at Ministry of Wrestling. That's where you'll find us. And yeah, it was too long for Twitter, so it became at MOW News. Hey, would you know? So that's us. You can find us there. We're not probably the best for posting, but also head on up. Like we're picking that up a bit more, but do head on over to the YouTube channel Ministry of Wrestling, and look out for the picture of some guys. There's some other people trying to teeth our name right now, but no, at Ministry of Wrestling on YouTube. It's kind of political, but yeah, that's the one. You'll see a group. It's a little like sketchy picture that's there. Prediction shows, interviews, collabs. It's all about that. And now I'm going to flip the question over to you guys. How can we hear more about the Mega Powers?
So the Mega Powers, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, man, is you can catch me at SKANDOUZ. You can catch the Mega Powers at the Mega Powers TV on all socials. You can catch my brother Sire at Reign of Sire. And you can catch my brother Magic J, who's not with us, slightly under the weather, but he's also at The Real Magic J on all social platforms, man. And like I said, man, this has been so much fun, guys. You know, can't wait to do it again. Obviously come over to your platform and let's do more predictions, more collaborations, talk more wrestling, you know, go to shows, maybe jump in each other's vlogs or something like that. You know, let's keep this partnership, this brotherhood growing, man, and you know, keep it all live, man.
That's cool. That's cool. Right. So yeah, again, it's been a real pleasure. Let's do it. If you're watching this on the ministry platform, follow these guys. You can see they talk the stuff well. It's not just
give
the
them a
ministry.
shake.
There are other podcasts out there. Yeah, let's give it one a goodbye shake now.
Yeah.
So we out, and there's only one way we end it on ministry. Big Tone, do your final. Oh, sorry. Is there anything you want to say before I Big Tone?
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go to bare wrestling shows, drink, have fun, and hopefully one day get a big fat chop on my chest by Gunther. That's like my goal for the year.
Careful, man.
I don't want autographs.
You need to know what you're doing with this.
Huh? Yeah, I know I might die, but you know,
You seen Kofi's chest, right? Anyway,
that's what I'm saying. Kofi's chest is the one. Anyway, guys. So from the ministry, I have to say goodbye.
I definitely want to shout out AJ, Den the Tech, Big Tone, my brother Sire. I'm Scan the Hip Hop Original. We are the Mega Powers. Till next time. Peace.
This is nice and simple for me. I'm Den the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling. Thank y'all.
But yeah, me? All right, cool. Yeah, it's your boy Sire. Find me on Reign of Sire. Love talking wrestling. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Fucking, we want Cody and all that.
All right, man. Before I give our final goodbyes, let me just throw out: you haven't really been chopped until you've been chopped by Jay Wyatt. Anyway, good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Big Tone out the zone. Peace.
Peace.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with Scanduce, the Hip Hop Original, and we are the Mega Powers TV. And what we're giving you is exclusive pro wrestling content. You get interviews, you get podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things. So just remember, peoples, like, comment, share, subscribe to your friends, your family, your enemies, and your loved ones. So just remember, we are the Mega Powers podcast TV, and we do everything else wrestling. The Mega Powers.
2 Mega Powers beating here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.
The Mega, yeah, the Mega, yeah, the Mega Powers, yeah. Mega Powers, yeah.